Hello everybody, Blugoblin here on behalf of Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. I want to thank y'all for joining me, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get this out. I had to get a chance to sit down and read a copy of this. Just got my newest stash from my student, my friend, my bro, the Mount Vernon kid, and from Midtown Comics. As soon as I get done recording this review, I'll get started on reading those books. I can't wait. Nice stash. I can't wait to get started on that. But I'm here on this video to review Ultimate Comics X-Men number 28. This is the conclusion to the Natural Resources story, and as a conclusion, this was okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad, but I just feel like they ended the story kind of abruptly just to hurry up and get us toward the cliffhanger that's going to lead us into the next story, World War X. That's honestly how I felt with this book. Now, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy reading this, but it just... the ending to the Natural Resource story did feel kind of rushed, and now we're all gearing up and getting set for World War X. Now, generally, that's how some books should be done. You know, end the current story and then get us ready for the next one. You know, primarily that usually works. In here, I just wasn't feeling it. I was feeling more of the cliffhanger toward the next story rather than the conclusion of Natural Resources. And like always, it's another general rule of comic books. Even if you get banged up and bruised, you still have to stand with a so-called sexy pose. Yeah. Brilliant. So the fake Psylocke, the agent posing as Psylocke, she dies, and her hold, we learned earlier in the story that she was the one that had a hold on everybody, trying to, you know, basically tear Utopia apart and everything. And when she dies, her hold is released, and now everybody's all of a sudden sorta getting along. There's definitely still some animosity between the humans and the mutants, but it definitely cools down after the fake Psylocke dies. But here's my biggest question: since this Psylocke wasn't actually Psylocke, where the hell is Psylocke? Now, I'm trying to remember, was Psylocke one of the people who died during Ultimatum? It's been a while since I read that story, and, well, I'm having trouble remembering because that story sucked. I don't remember if she died during Ultimatum or if she... I don't know. That's still my big question is, where's the real Psylocke if this Psylocke was a fake? Unfortunately, they never touch on it. And Jean in here, I mean, oh my god, Jean is incredibly arrogant in this issue. But, you know, knowing what she can do, I think some Jean Grey fanboys will say it's justified considering what she's been through. But still, her actions as of late have seemed a little bit out of character ever since she became part of the Tien Nation that she had been harping on about throughout this entire story. But to me, what really sold this book was Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde just absolutely shines in this issue. I love the dialogue she portrays. I mean, that she says in here. Her leadership is properly represented in this issue. She doesn't really have to do anything. It's all in what she says and all on how she says it that makes her shine as a true possible leader for this utopia. It's very, very well done in my opinion. Especially her confrontation with Jean at the end of the issue. Very, very nicely done. You know, seeing, and we learned that Kitty Pryde basically knew from the beginning, ever since Jean Grey stepped foot onto Utopia, she knew it was Jean, but she was still going under the whole Karen Grant thing, or, you know, whatever alternate name Jean was using when she was on Utopia. So that was very, very well done. Jean's motivation was to get everybody off Utopia and take them to Tien. She thinks that the mutants would be better in Tien, and Kitty was like, if you had come to us all open and honest about it, maybe we would have considered, a sister nation relationship, Utopia and Tien working together to preserve mutants, but you totally went about it the wrong way. And I got to agree, Kitty Pryde was right in this issue. Jean went all about it the wrong way. I just feel like it would have been better. What kind of story would this have been had Jean been there with all openness and honesty, saying, hey, we would like for you to come to Tien, but the way Jean did it, it just seems a bit out of character in my opinion. But, then again, this is the Ultimate Universe. There's basically no rules in the Ultimate Universe, right? Whatever. But really, this was a really nice issue. I would put it pretty good at best. But like I said, the conclusion to Natural Resources fell a little bit flat, and I really wasn't feeling it. The selling parts of this book was Kitty and the confrontation between her and Jean, which is leading up into the next story. So, as a conclusion, this was flat. As a progression to the next story, I would say go ahead and pick this up. I'm mixed on it. I give it a 3 out of 5. It was good, but I feel like it could have been a hell of a lot better than it was. That's just my honest opinion. I do love the cover. The interior artwork is great. The writing was well done. The pacing was good. The characters were good for the most part. But I just feel like this could have been done a lot better than it actually was. I guess my expectations for the conclusion were a bit higher than I think they necessarily should have been. So there you have it. There's my review of Ultimate Comics X-Men issue number 28. I want to thank y'all for watching this. Please post your comments, post your opinions. Let me know what you thought of this issue. Let me know what you thought of my opinions of it. Subscribe to Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. You won't regret it. I promise you. This is a great channel, and I think it deserves some more love out there. Don't forget about my channels, my student, the Mount Vernon Kid, J. Al Ghul, Fast Stack of Comics, all my friends, Deadpoolzilla, and all Brandon Hex, everybody. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And until next time, I will see you all later.